So we're doing Caves of Cud. As long as it shows up, great. Okay, so, Sean, you love this. So we're gonna do classic. Sean, we're gonna make a character, and you're gonna decide. So this is gonna be Sean. So, well, do you have time to do this, Sean? I need you for like 3 minutes, basically, to make a couple decisions. So if you don't want to do this, let me know. We can give it up to the next person who's interested. So essentially, we're gonna make a character, and I'll play the best of my ability to get a high score. And so your name will be saved. Yeah, you got 3 minutes, Sean, or are you more of a 30-second man? Oh, okay, great. So here's my whole little idea. Let me just pin it, honestly. No, I'm not going to mess with that. We're just going to go. So the idea is just, we'll name the character your name. There's a high score. You know, it's better to show than tell, right? There's a high score in this game. So I'm thinking we name people after people. You pick what you want the character to be, and I'll try to play it. You know, if you make a busted-ass character, you'll be able to be the high score, essentially. But eventually you still will die at all things. Okay, so we'll do classic, and we're gonna do a new character. So either you can be a mutated human, or you can be Truekin. So Truekin is like cybernetic-y, may rebuke robots. I don't know what that's about. I haven't met a robot yet. Well, I killed some, but mutated human might be more fun, Sean. That's what I'd maybe recommend. So you're gonna get mutations, moderate starting attributes, and negative 600 rep. With the Putis Templar. Okay, so there's rep in this game. Like, everything, even the antelopes, every character, like, you can have sentient, you know, animals and, like, well, animals, sorry, I mean, like, sentient pond leaves. Yeah, so let's make you an X-Man. I want to do probably, okay, so we're going to choose your calling here. There's a couple of different character classes. So I wanted to do more random. Oh wait, it's fine. So let me talk about some of the ones that I'll just go left to right. It's fine. So ego is charisma. You know D&D stuff. So this is +2 charisma, and what ego is really good in this game for mutations, in my opinion, because your ego lets you. So your mutations have a level to it, and so the higher your ego, the more you can have like really ramped up mutations. So you could be like Mega Laser Man or something. So Apostle is +2 ego, which is the charisma stat. Customs and folklore. Oh, right. So these are the starting skills that you're gonna have. So Intimidate is a persuasion skill. Like I can tell you the stat count, you know, calls for all these. So like Customs and folklore, I think is 150. Intimidate is 100. Proselytize, I don't know. I think proselytize is probably 200. So you have an ego. That's how mutants got started. Okay, so Arconaut is, so like these are character classes. So it's like your D&D rogue and things, but Caves of Cud style. So Arconaut is agility, short blade. So thinking it's definitely like a knife person. So like your dagger rogue maybe. Tinkering, scavenger. So what that is you walk around through junk piles and you will get like scrap and stuff. So tinkering is a little complicated. Might not want to mess with that yet. Acrobatics is helpful. For jumping around and dodge and things. Starts with random junk and artifacts. That's like when you know what you're doing, Arconaut's going to be good for you. So Greybeard, you lose 1 strength, but you get 3 willpower. Willpower is for saves. So Cudgel, which is like a staff. Berate is a persuasion skill. It's a lot of these are just like single target. So like this would probably be something like you shout at them and it's like a debuff or like a fear. Calloused is endurance, I'm not sure. And then you get 100 reputation with bears. So bears, you know, like you a little bit more. Bear rating people, you might say. So Gunslinger, this is a really good one. Oh yeah, sorry, the delay dill. The delay is always going to win out for me. So Gunslinger is really pretty good. And I'll tell you a couple that I recommend maybe, and you can pick. So this is 2 agility. So agility is for your accuracy, be it melee or ranged, and it also has to do with dodge skills and stuff. So we'll look at the stat. Let's just take this for a second just to look. I want to skip one more because I don't want to mess with that yet. I want to show you this. So this is like your D&D stat sheet. So Gunslinger is going to be like akimbo pistols. So strength is, I'm just going to read these so you have the in-game thing and I'll talk about it a little bit. So your strength score determines how effectively you penetrate your armor, or the enemy's armor with melee attacks. So melee weapons, say like a steel sword, has like 4 penetration. So your strength determines the penetration, and then how much damage your melee attacks do also benefits from that. And your ability to resist forced movement, so getting pushed around, also carrying capacity. So your agility score determines your accuracy with both melee and ranged, as I said, and dodge. So toughness score determines your number of hit points, and your natural healing rate, and your ability to resist poison and disease. So how tanky are you, your constitution. So this agility is like dex. It's like a dex and agility put together, where you'd normally maybe have separate. Or so intelligence is number of skill points per level, so same kind of like Fallout, and your ability to examine artifacts. So in this game, it is, you can kind of tell from the music. And Dill, I put it down a little bit. You tell me if it's still too much. I tried to balance the sound a little bit better this time. Intelligence with artifacts. So artifacts, essentially your character is so dumb, and you like look at something, you go, I don't know what that is, and you examine it, and it's like a folding metal chair, you know, like a steel chair from. Hold on, I got a perfect emote for this. Dill, you've seen this before. Boom, the steel chair. That's Twilight's emote. So you hit him with the steel chair, but only if you have enough intelligence to examine that steel chair and know what it is. You could even break things, but like you can look at the steel chair and go, I'm not sure, and break it. So you can examine random things in the world. So like if you were in somebody's house and you examine their bed and you break it, that's not good. Also, I examined an artifact next to Argyle once. He's a quest giver, and the artifact exploded and did 29 damage to me and him. He got angry, he killed me. And that was the end of a really, really good character. So that's how Caves of Cut is. This is permadeath, by the way. So intelligence, you know, it literally killed my character once. But I should have just not examined next to him, now that I know. So willpower modifies your cooldowns. So that's good to know. So like for a spellcaster, wisdom is going to help you with those cooldowns. And it determines your ability to resist mental attacks. And modifies your natural healing rate. Okay, then ego, we were talking about this. It determines the potency of your mental mutations, and your ability to haggle with merchants, your ability to dominate the wills of other living creatures. Okay, so let me go back now. So mutated human, we were looking at gunslinger, so akimbo pistols and mysterious strangers are a fan of you. Next class would be marauder. This is strength, axe, dismember, charge, butchery. So how this works is your skill is basically, as long as an enemy's 2 spaces away from you, you're going to charge in, and then that's going to have an automatic like penetration, and then the dismember chance is going to roll. This is all dice roll stuff. So you can roll to dismember on top of that with your axe. And then butchery is walking over animal corpses. You're going to harvest them sometimes. Pilgrim, willpower, so we know willpower is your cooldowns. Self-discipline, fasting way, iron mind, wayfaring. So fasting way is you half thirst and food lasts longer. Self-discipline, I don't quite remember, but this is all willpower, like standing there being tanky, like exploring. What's up, Bloody? I do have an idea. So what I'm doing right now is SeanTheOwl here is going to create a character. My idea, this is my first time really trying to do a better job of Caves of Cut on stream. What I want to do is have people, you know, redeem channel points essentially, and you can create a character, and then I'll do my best not to get them killed, right? And since there's the high scores in the game, you would be able to have your name in my high scores, and we'll, you know, maybe I'd even take a picture and put it under the stream every day. Oh, appreciate the follow, Bloody. Sorry, why is that audio not working? I'm sorry, I see the thing on screen, but I didn't get the audio to play, or my game's too loud. So I'm very sorry about that, Bloody, but I appreciate it. So I'm doing this as kind of a explaining enough so Sean can have an idea of what he's actually picking. So gonna go ego, willpower, gunslinger. Okay, so we can just go gunslinger for now, and we'll explain the rest of the classes in the world. I don't think it's very much. I think I put it at 500, Bloody. So we'll do gunslinger, and we're gonna make Sean a gunslinger. Okay, so mutations, we have 12 points, Sean, and there's a bunch of stuff here, but thinking gunslinger, and this is one I can tell you, multiple arms does not give you multiple pistols. Like, so I picked up multiple arms one run because I was like, okay, I'm gonna Kindle pistols, you know? What if I had more arms? Could I have more pistols? So that's fair. You have the ability to make a torch character. Yeah, exactly. So Bloody, essentially, if you want, I'm all here for the struggle, right? So if I can like make a really hard character go far. I love that. That's why I play personally every random. I play on permadeath random. So, but also maybe you want to make a busted character that's really fun. Is opening doors or examining? So is it like opening doors or examining while carrying pistol? Opening door. So I'm sorry, I don't understand what you mean, Sean. So yes, basically the multiple arms. I was hoping it would give me 2 more left and right missile slots. It doesn't. You still only have 2. So maybe something like multiple legs running around might be better. But there's so many things here. There's also negatives. So the negative ones are going to give you more points to play with. So let's pick one, for example, amphibious. You have to pour water over yourself instead of drinking it. Kind of like, is that Quiet from Metal Gear Solid 5? But frogs like you better. So pistol is like more to do with weapons. Is it like opening doors or examining while carrying? Pistol is more to do with weapons. I am just dumb today, Sean. I'm not. I cut grass for 2.5 hours. Forgive me. So we're gonna want stuff. Oh, unstable genome's pretty fun. That's a fun one for sure. So there's just so many things here. I guess basically scream out if something's interesting to you. Chimera is you only manifest physical mutations, and all of your mutation choices when manifesting a new mutation are physical. Interesting. So then Esper is mental. So here's our physical mutations, and then there's mental, and there's mental defects and physical defects. Wow. So you have 2 guns in your extra arms. Oh, okay, so here's how it works. Sorry, Sean, let me explain. You have your right arm and your left arm, which are like slots, and then you have a left missile and right missile slot. And so if you use a bow, it takes both left and right. If you use a pistol, it takes just one. If you use a rifle, it takes both. So when I got 4 arms, I got 2 more arm slots, but I didn't get 2 more missile slots for my, for that. So yeah, so how it's gonna work is if a character is in range of us, think of, I'm using the numpad, right? So 1 through 9, with 5 being rest 1 turn. So in any of those directions around me, if I hit them, it's melee, and if I use F, in melee range, I can also use F, which is ranged attack. But essentially, you're always going to have your melee, and then you can do your ranged one or the other. And it's a turn-based system. Okay, so essentially, you're a ranger, your pistolas here. Maybe you don't want too many physical things. I'm sure. I think I would recommend maybe multiple legs. Move speed and carrying capacity, that might be good. Think about some things you might be interested in here, in terms of, so for example, carapace, this is, you're protected by a durable carapace, so basically you're a turtle, right? So you get 3 armor value, but you lose dodge. Dodge is tied to agility. So carapace might be cool, you also can't wear body armor. It might be cool for a gunslinger, but maybe not, right? Because you lose 2 dodge. Maybe it's really good, you could probably definitely make a build around it, but just thinking about stuff like that. You can have 2 heads, so you want to keep your dodge up. Yeah, so I'm just gonna tick down. So looking for maybe stuff that increases dodge here. So like adrenal control sounds interesting. You regulate your body's release of adrenaline. You can increase your body's adrenaline flow for 20 rounds. So we're talking about rounds, right? So for 20 rounds, your agility or your adrenaline is flowing. While it's flowing, you'd get 10 quickness, and other physical mutations gain 1 rank. So if you were sort of like a charging melee character, that might be really good. You'd have quickness, and maybe you have horns, and so like your horns and legs would all ramp up. Let's take a look over at the mental mutations and see if any of those might be interesting for you. For 20 rounds, I thought there were monsters on the earth. But there's all kinds of stuff. Time dilation, precog. So I killed myself with pyrokinesis once. I was in the starting dungeon, Red Rock, and I was in the very bottom floor where there's like a lot of water. And I used pyrokinesis, and I superheated the water. Oh, what's up? Hey there, baby hobo slabs. What's up? I appreciate the 3 bits, man. I'm having a really good time. I'm explaining some of the different. There's so many here, physical, mental, but I'm explaining kind of how to create a character and letting SeanTheOwl here pick what he wants, and then hopefully we'll get a good character, get a high score. So with pyrokinesis, I threw it down. I had 2 enemies that were way too strong, about to kill me. Threw down pyrokinesis. I superheated the water and killed them instantly. So far we're a gunslinger. So SeanTheOwl here is picking a character, and I'm gonna try my best to make that character not die. This is like our inaugural run. And so it'll be named his name. And so then the high score in this will have him, boom, hopefully posted at the top if it's a good character. If it's not, or even if it is, I might still, you know, if you know Caves of Cud, I could just die, you know, on some dumb stuff. Like I'm saying here with the pyrokinesis, I saved myself and I superheated the water and killed them, but I also superheated my water and killed me. So if you do it right, really good. I also love Underrail, so this is similar to that for me. Okay, so Sean, let's look. We got 12 points. We can get more than 12 points, of course, if we take some negative stuff. Like you can, if you want an evil twin, acting on some inscrutable impulse, a parallel version of yourself travels through space and time to destroy you. Each time you embark on a new location, there's a small chance your evil twin has tracked you and attempts to kill you. You know, just like there's a lot of fun stuff in this game. You want to be socially repugnant? Every faction can like you 50 less. Others find it difficult to tolerate you in social settings. You know? So, it's a little bit like Project Zomboid, if you know that. I think I've shown you that a couple times with Tactical Grandpa. We've also played it with Dill and Wiggly. So, we can pick some points here. Quills, you know, for example. You want a stinger. So thick fur, you're covered in a thick fur which protects you from the elements. You get heat and cold resistance. And apes, baboons, bears, and grazing hedonists think you're a little bit better. So, Sean the Furry, indeed. So, do you have an idea? Anything jumping out at you? Do you have a shape of a character that might be, you know, Unstable Gmon, I might recommend. It's pretty fun. You gain 1 extra mutation each time you buy this, but the mutations don't manifest right away. When you gain a level, there's a 33% chance that your genome destabilizes, and you get to choose from 3 random mutations. Evil Twin, Thick Fur. Okay, so Evil Twin's actually even going to give you more points. So, Evil Twin, Thick Fur. So far, you're... Okay. Do you want multiple legs? Do you want to be a centaur, Sean? Furry Sean the centaur? I think the way to go, since there's so many, we definitely just have fun with it. So yeah, I'm liking the character and the story you're building right here. I definitely like playing a role-playing mindset. So this is funny to me. I'm just gonna keep looking at these. There's so many. Domination is pretty interesting. You corrode an adjacent creature's mind and control its actions while your own body lies dormant. So that's like willpower. That's more of like an ego willpower character. So like a mage probably. So Wings. I don't know if any Caves of Cud veterans can tell me this, but I was interested in Wings for a gunslinger character once. But where I'm confused essentially, let me read it and I'll tell you where my confusion is. So first off, you travel on the world map at 2 times speed. That's pretty good. 40% reduced chance of becoming lost. That's great, because you can get lost and just straight die. While you're outside, remember this is Caves of Cud. While you're outside, you may fly. You cannot be hit in melee by grounded creatures while flying. Okay, sounds really good. That's outside though, Caves of Cud. 5% chance of falling clumsily to the ground. Plus 20% move speed while sprinting. So, the 20% move speed while sprinting, is that only while flying? And then that, because that would only be outside. So you can jump 1 square further, you can charge 2 squares further. Are all of these buffs only applicable outside and also while flying? You know, I don't know what's a passive versus that. So maybe I just got to read the wiki and see how things work out with that. Oh, night vision is really good. I would recommend night vision. So you got 14 points. You definitely can pick some good stuff here. The Evil Twin's gonna be funny. So maybe pick something strong to help fight the Evil Twin. What is space-time vortex? You sunder space-time, sending things nearby, careening through a tear in the cosmic fabric. Summons a vortex that swallows everything in its path. For cooldown of 500 rounds, you may enter the vortex, teleport to a random location in Cud. 200 reputation with highly entropic beings. That's pretty interesting. Evil Twin Fur Domination Centaur. That's amazing. Multiple legs. Okay, 4 points left. Let's see. I'm going to recommend Unstable Genome for meme fun, and we'll go night vision. So that way, if we're outside, it's not a huge issue. So we're gunslinger. We're gonna need agility.
That's my exact stuff.
Probably 1 ego. This is probably where I know the least of what to do. But so strength score determines how effectively you penetrate your opponent's armor with melee. So we're gonna be akimbo pistols. Looks like my Pornhub search history. That's really funny. Let's just go with no negatives and see what points we have left. Because to conserve ammo, it would be good to be able to hit just melee sometimes. So let's look what the cutoff points are. So let's 20, 22. Is that all of our points? Okay, so you can spend more. So you can max 22 and +2 from gunslinger calling. So that might be a good idea here. Oh, I see. It's going to cost more points as it goes up. You can go higher. Okay, so 24 is what it takes to get 4. Hey, Super Sour Punch, appreciate you. So if you are familiar with Dungeons and Dragons, we're trying to get those modifiers, right? So if you get hit for toughness and like a -2, like you're gonna get fucked. So probably want to have it on a at least maybe I don't know, maybe there's probably dump stats here. So score cooldowns to activate abilities. So maybe we can dump will. Do something like that. Skill points and examining artifacts. Let's see. Even me out more, but more on the agility. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, so that looks pretty interesting to me. If we can start with 24 agility, that's kind of busted. So the toughness doesn't matter as much. The will might be bad, I don't know. So maybe it would be okay to lose a strength, get this, drop a toughness. Okay, so we can actually drop this a little bit more. Do that. And I know ego is going to be great for our physical mutations. So I think that's what we'll do. So 14 strength, 24 agility. We're going to dodge like crazy. We're going to have a hard time getting through armor with melee, but maybe we can solve that. Bullets are pretty cheap too. Toughness, so we're going to try not to get hit. In melee range, we're not going to be great. But we'll be able to examine artifacts and... okay, so let's give it a shot. Okay, so and then this is what the character looks like. With your busted ass agility. Okay, and then we're going to name this SeanTheOwl. Thanks for your patience, everybody. Okay. So we're going to start at Joppa. That's like the default intended quest line, easiest thing on us. Oh, again, Bloody, if you're here, thank you so much. That was, that's 250 follows, arbitrary hooray milestone, I don't like to try to reduce people to the whole number thing, but I do, appreciate the support, and we begin. So, on the 17th of Tumut, you arrive at the oasis hamlet of Joppa, along the far rim of Magrai, the Great Salt Desert. I'm going to butcher these, by the way, it's going to be horrible. I appreciate it, Bloody. Let me just go. I'm assuming with the tube, do you do YouTube and stuff? I don't know, but I'll just give you a follow back. Okay, so sorry about that. All around you, moisture farmers tend to groves of Viridian water vine. We talked about butchering. There's a harvest skill. They can actually teach you this here. So when you walk over, and explore, you would be harvesting like wafer vine and stuff like that. You can preserve food, you can preserve exotic things. There's so much. This game is so complex, it's amazing. I don't know a ton. I've gotten a character to about level 12. So, on the horizon, Cud's jungles strangle chrome steeples and rusted archways to the earth. Further and beyond, the fabled Spindle rises above the fray and pierces the cloud-ribbon sky. And if you don't know, this game is procedurally generated, which I think is so cool. I was watching a game developer conference talk about it. So if you haven't played this game before, this is your man you want to talk to. Let's talk to Mehmet. And with that, you can have two ways to do that. I press C. You can also press spacebar. C is default talk, but spacebar is like interact with the world and things. So live and drink, friend. May you find shade in Joppa. That is what Mehmet says. I'm going to start with the water ritual. So I'm going to say, your thirst is mine, my water is yours. Begin water ritual. 1 dram of water. If I remember correctly from the Seth video, it's 1 dram of water is like... 64 drams of water, I think, is 8 fluid ounces. So it's like 1/8 of an eighth or something. So we're going to do the water ritual. So we share our water. Water is also our money. If you look up here, here's our name, of course. That's what our character looks like, because that's the class we chose. Temperature is 25 Celsius. We're sated, which is our hunger. We're quenched. This is our carrying weight. But yeah, water is our money as well. And it weighs a lot. Hey, what's up, Vienna? How you doing? Oh, sorry, Vienna. Vienna Mori. So we're sharing some of our money, which is water, because it's like post-apocalypse, but like future sci-fi, robots, monsters. This is just such a cool game. So because we shared our water with him, the villagers of Joppa here, we got 100 rep with them. So we're negative 40 rep with them now. Because they dislike Mehmet, your reputation with mysterious strangers decreased by 50 to 150. So mysterious strangers are still okay with us. Because they despise Mehmet, your reputation with goat folk, I hope Goat doesn't show up and see that, goat folk has decreased by 100 to negative 575. Goat folk really do not like us. Okay, so if you get more rep, it's negative 40 right now, and you can get more rep and then get secret. You can get a skill from the area. You can get the local food, you know, how they cook. You can even get people to join you. So it's pretty cool. I also, as like a role player, I like to just do it as like my character walks up and I'm gonna share my water, and it's like a greeting. It's, you know, letting them trust me more. This is who I am. I'm here to help, or at least not do you harm. So spare me your time. Here's a little water. So I'm in search of work. Some critters are eating our water vine. Farouk claims he saw one slinking around the vine patch. Ugly little thing, he says. Pale white, 8 legs, and ear-splitting whine. It's kind of like my voice. Oh, sorry, pre-roll ads are on. Sorry about that. Rip. Travel to Red Rock and kill as many of these creatures. Oh, sorry, I skipped a line. Notice a bit of red dirt in the water vine pool. The same as we find in the soil of the nearby cave to the north we call Red Rock. Travel to Red Rock and kill as many of these creatures as you can. Bring back the corpse of one too. Elder Iridad will reward your efforts. I will perform no such peasant tech. It always says that, like, default. It makes me laugh. I will gladly do as you ask. So we've got a quest now. What is eating the water vine? So if you press Q, you can bring up your quests. So it says travel to Red Rock. That's what we're going to do. There's also one thing we're going to do here. We're going to go up. This is Elder Iridad. Hello. We casually greet him, but we're not going to stop to talk to him right now. We're going to show up and eat his food. So in this clay oven, we're going to eat this fresh apple mats. So we eat the meal. You start to metabolize the meal, gaining the following effects for the rest of the day. Cooking and stuff in this game is crazy. You can cook, you can get hype benefits, and blah, 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 blah. So we're just kind of benefiting from their local dish right now. So 13% to natural healing rate, and you thirst at half rate. So we're going to drink our money at half the rate. You know, that's great. So last thing, there's a cat here. Oh, come on, cat, don't run. Oh, there's a cat here, too, in real life. It's somewhere. Okay, so we're going to talk to this cat. You can, like, trade with... It has another drink. I want to pet this cat. Here we go. I pet the cat. So we start to glow. Let me show you that. It's actually on X. So if you go to active effects, so there's the meal we ate, right? It's kind of like Fallout when you go to your Pip-Boy. And then here on phosphorescent, radiates light in a radius of 3. So we do have night vision. We don't need that. Man, that evil twin's going to be so funny. Oh my god. That's going to be how we die, probably. Sean's evil twin will kill us. So I just hit negative to go back. And that brings you up to the world map. There's the spindle over here in the top right, I'm assuming. Let's press L to look. So, oh, it's Amon Porch? Through the umbrage of choking trees fly the 100 archways and buttresses of funerary monuments. They peer over marble arcades that roof the catacombs of the Eaters of Earth. That's pretty hype. Oh yeah, this is the spindle. So... Oh, yeah, appreciate you, Sean. No problem. I'm going to do my best to keep you alive. So you can see a couple of, like, notable things on the map. But let me turn look off. Let me do it one more time, sorry. We're going to go to Red Rock here. A naturally rutted outcrop of stone juts out of the salted crag. So we went on the numpad here. Negative to go up. We're going to go up 2. Boom, boom. On arrow keys. And then we're going to go plus to go down. It's kind of like going up and down stairs. So we finished the step, travel to Red Rock, of the quest with eating the water vine. We got 50 XP. So I'm going to press O now. I don't see any monkeys yet, so we're okay. I'm going to press O and start auto-exploring. We're just going to walk around. This is great because it saves my hands. Oh, you use text to talk when I can bear with... Oh, no problem. It'll be funny. So, over here you can see what time of day it is. So the time is actually about to... It's getting dark, dark, dark. But we have night vision, luckily. But if you didn't have night vision, what you would do is you'd press E, and you'd go to your hands, and you'd put a torch on. We don't have any weapon, but we can probably... We have our pistols, but we don't have any melee weapon. It's also press I and go to inventory. So we got 238 bullets, which is great. So we've got 4 pieces of beetle jerky, the 9 torches, which are nothing to us. Here's our health packs, basically, witchwood bark. But there are like healing injectors. We've got 3 water skins, and one of them has 30 drams of water. So that's all we've got. We're gonna go on the numpad down again. Oh, sorry, I went the wrong way. We wanted to hit plus, not net. Plus is down, negative is up.